All right, we got Group K today. Pretty straight up. Portugal, Colombia, Uzbekistan, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And this Portugal-Colombia game could be interesting. So let's go into it. As always, please like and subscribe. And let's go. Portugal, Colombia, Uzbekistan, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. This is Portugal's group to lose. Colombia, they might be competitive, but this Portuguese squad is so stacked. I wouldn't say it's in that same tier as France, Spain, England, but it's up there. So they don't normally take Luis Silva. They'll go with Diogo Costa. Their back line got some good players. Renato Vega, Antonio Silva's a young guy who they're excited about. Where they shine is these outside backs. Nuno Mendes, top 10 Ballon d'Or ranking last year. I think the best left back in the game. Mateus Nunes plays for Manchester City. Very good. Probably won't play too much, but he's a very good outside back. Can also play midfield. Cancelo, one of the better right backs in the world, plays at Barcelona. He's extremely good. He'll start. He'll play. Vitinha, I think top 3 midfielder in the world, along with Pedri and maybe Jude Bellingham. You got Bruno Fernandes having the best season he has for Manchester United. He'll be on form. João Neves for PSG, another one of these guys that's an incredible midfielder and so young. Their one problem, I think, will be size in the midfield. If their opponents can turn this game into, second balls and duels in the midfield, they're not going to have as much success, but they can keep the ball. They can play with the best. And their front line is good. Joao Felix is not what he used to be. He's 26 now. He used to be, the next one up. And now he's in Saudi League. Really sad to see his career like that. Pedro Neto, very good for Chelsea. Conceição. And obviously Gonzalo Ramos for PSG, and they don't have him here, but Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo is an interesting one because he's so good as a professional that he can turn up whenever he wants. But he's old. He's not the same guy that he used to be, and I don't think he has that much of an influence. Whether they're better or worse because of that, we'll see. People argue that you need Ronaldo in these moments where someone needs to step up, and that kind of showed in the World Cup when it was 6-1 against Switzerland. Yeah, they looked great, but when they were down 1-0 to Morocco in 2022, about to go home, Ronaldo kind of looked like the only one who was going to make a difference. Granted, that was 4 years ago, and now he's 41, 42. But he's one of those guys, these new age elder athletes that kind of take care of themselves so well he can still do something. We'll see what happens with Portugal. This Colombia team is dangerous. They've got your typical back line. Davinson Sanchez for Galatasaray is extremely underrated. He's one of those guys that people forgot about and as he left the Premier League, but he's very good. Daniel Munoz for Crystal Palace, another top player. Mosquera for Wolves. I wouldn't say it's up to the same standard as Ecuador or England, but very, very good. And their midfield's good as well. Jefferson Lerma's in the Premier League. Richard Rios for Benfica is one of the better midfielders there. The Colombian fan base is calling for James to play less, and I think that's fair. I mean, he's not been as good for them, but he's their captain and he's an extremely good attacking player. So it's a little bit like Neymar. Does he really bring us what he does? But if he does bring it, then it can make the difference. Obviously, their best player is Luis Diaz. Leapt onto the world stage in recent years, but up top, very strong all around. It's going to be a little bit difficult for them if Luis Diaz doesn't turn up every single game. And they're losing to Croatia, losing to France. They have trouble with these tougher teams, but I definitely think they get second in this group. 1-1 against Argentina is extremely good. I don't think they beat Portugal, but I think they get second. So we'll go Portugal 1, Colombia 2. I think Congo DR is a team that people are sleeping on a little bit. Tuanzebe used to play at Manchester United. Wan-Bissaka plays at West Ham, used to play at Manchester United. They have Premier League, top league talent in their squad. Yohan Wissa was one of the better goal scorers in the Premier League last year. They're strong, good athletes, and they can play as well. That's an extra time draw to Algeria is better than what people think, right? A lot of green here, a lot of green, not too much red. They're a very good medium level team, if that makes sense. I don't think they're in the same tier as Senegal, Morocco, which you can see from the results, but they'll beat the bad teams. So I think they get 3 points against Uzbekistan, and I think they get third. Uzbekistan, again, another team I'm not too familiar with. Kusanov is their guy. He plays for City. I don't know too much about him. He hasn't gotten too many minutes, but he's young. These smaller teams with really good younger players, they don't do as well because it's hard for a younger player to be the only guy to step up. He's very good. He's very fast. I think that shows the ability that he has. But, you know, and generally coming out of the Asian qualification is not the strongest team, but their score, I mean, these are good, very good results. Iran beating Egypt, that's tough. Uruguay, you're competitive with. They could be, you know, they could make some noise, but I don't see them doing crazy, but it'll be interesting. I still see them getting fourth, but I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, maybe they compete against Congo DR. Portugal and Colombia, I think, get 6 points from both their games there. I think the Portugal-Colombia game will be the one that decides the group. It's a little bit tough because the winner of this group will play, I believe, a third place team, and the second place team will play the second place team from Group L, which is England or Croatia. You know, you don't want to be playing them the first round. It's tough because half of this World Cup is weaker groups. If we look at the, you know, overall group stage, and you split it into the top half of the World Cup, so groups A to F are much, much weaker than groups G through L. Weakest group in the tournament, Group B. Spain's group is pretty weak, but the top two are very good. You know, Germany's group, not so good. They're in that top half. Belgium's in that top half. Mexico's in that top half. And then you look at the tougher groups, it's mainly groups from the bottom half. I think in terms of knockout stage, you got to go off of the best two teams because that's who's going to be, you know, the competitors in the knockout stage. France, Senegal, very tough. Then I would say Spain, Uruguay, very tough. England, Croatia, Portugal, Colombia. So it's a little bit rough that Mexico, USA, Canada section of the tournament is they get it because they're host nations. So I think it's a little unfair to these teams, but I do think Portugal make it out this group. I think Colombia make it out this group. Portugal, we'll see what their road looks like. They have to have the attacking output that they used to. They'll have the midfield, they'll have the back line, but you know, they have to finish. And they have to do well against these good teams because they typically make it out the group stage, beat teams they're supposed to, and then they lose to teams that show them a little bit of competitiveness. Ronaldo will go. Him and Ronaldinho were the guys that got me into the sport, so I would love to see it happen. But that was Group K. We got one more group, and then we're going to do the full bracket. I'm super excited about that. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And yeah.